y'all, and welcome to my channel, Living Life with Leticia. Thank you guys for coming back to join me. But you guys ain't leaving any sort of comments, or you're not letting me know how I'm doing, so I have no idea. But I assume I'm doing okay because you keep coming back. And if you keep coming back, you may as well like it, share it, subscribe to it, and that way you'll be the first one to get anything that I put out. But again, I'm going to start trying to let you guys know what I'm going to be talking about. Maybe right before I talk about it, the week before I talk about it. I don't know. Maybe I need to get crack-a-lacking. I need y'all to get crack. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm doing my job. Now it's time for y'all to do y'all's job. Because everybody's got a part. Everybody plays a part in this. So if you don't know nobody to send this to, send it back to yourself. Change your name. Do whatever you have to. Send it to your mom, your sister, your brother, your kids. I'm not talking about nothing that's X-rated. Even though I'm old, I know about young stuff. So I'm not going to always be talking about old and whatnot and whatever. But what we are always going to try to talk about is a little Jesus. So we're going to go ahead and get our devotion going. And Ruth said, "Entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go. And where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God, my God." That's from Ruth 1:16. Ruth had every reason, humanly speaking, to leave her mother-in-law, Naomi, as her sister, Oprah, had just done, but she would not do it. Why? It was because of more than just mere social and emotional attachment. And it certainly was not for any financial gain. In fact, she faced the possibility of being a social outcast in Israel and of remaining unmarried for life, whereas she could easily find a new husband in Moab. But Ruth would not go back to the old gods and the old ways of her past. She steadfastly clung to the Lord Jehovah, having been converted to him in her heart. Our prayer today is, Ruth was a virtuous woman. In the Hebrew, a woman of strength. She was willing to endure hardship and face an uncertain future in this life for the sake of taking care of her mother-in-law, who had shown kindness to her, and to be true to her God. May we learn from her good example and not let trying circumstances cause us to cease to follow you, Lord. Amen. All right. We're going to talk about moving out of your parents' home. I know a lot of people, my generation, was ready to move. It was time, honey. We was up, ready to go. My kids were too. They left at 18. I left at 17. I had a baby. So anyway, but that wasn't the reason why I left. I got married early, which is none of your business. Okay? But anyway, hence the 42-year-old that I do have, a 43-year-old, however old he is, 42, 43. Anyway, they both left home around 18, and so far, they haven't had to come back. Knock on wood. Because you never know, especially, during COVID, people were having to, make decisions that they have never had to make before, as far as living arrangements and trying to, take care of households. And, it was hard, and people were not working. And so, the best thing to do is everybody need to come together. Well, our together is us too, because ain't nobody else here. So that's one advantage of living away from your kids. They have to drive too far to come and stay with you. Yeah. So if it was 20 minutes away, it'd be no problem. They'd be like, "Mama, can I?" And I'd be saying, yeah, you know. So, because that's what we do. That's what we do as parents. We allow them to come back. Because I've had to come back home. I had to go back home. And times was hard. Several times. Okay? So, within, it's not, I don't think it's demeaning to have to go back home. I know some people, frown on you. Oh my God, you stay with your mama and your daddy or whoever. Yeah, they're helping me because that's normally what parents do. If they like, if they want to, that's up to them. My theory is that when you're of age, because most people, when you get to be at least 21, you want to have your friends over. You can do that at your mom's and dad's house, but it's not the same. You want your own place because most of the time when you get to a certain age, you want to come when you want to come. You want to go when you want to go. You want to do exactly what you want to do because why? You're grown. And most of the time, those people that are saying, I'm grown, we can see you grown. Because when you're working and you're at a place and you're still paying the bills, you can't save any money to move anywhere. And these days, rent is astronomical. Mortgages are crazy. They were just saying how hard it is now for people to find a home, find a house. It is not a buyer's market. It is a seller's market, however, because houses are going just like that. Now, we built from the ground up, and a lot of people they're still building, but there's different things that they have to do that we didn't have to do when we built. We picked our lot. We then went and we picked our colors for the brick. We picked how we wanted the front to be, whether or not we wanted a porch. I wanted a porch because I'm old fashioned. I got chairs on the porch and I go out there a lot. The floor plans were, pretty much set. You had a choice of which floor plan you chose. We chose this one. This room that we're in right now was supposed to have been my salon. That didn't happen, but I use it now for a bit of everything. It's kind of a bigger house than what we really need because, it's not really that big. It's more house than what we really need because we have a workout room. Don't go in there either. But we ain't started nothing. He says he's working out at work. That don't help me because I ain't working out at work. I told y'all, stop calling here. I do not answer that phone. Spam risk. You have to realize that your parents, they want some alone time too. And sometimes, we don't always think about them needing some alone time, alone time. But they do. So if you live with your parents or, give them some quality time alone, let them know in advance that I'm going to be going out tonight. I probably won't be back. And that way they can plan their evening because otherwise they expecting you to come back home and make a whole bunch of noise. So if you got to go back home, your parents need their time. You need your time. Don't go in dictating what they're going to do at their own house because that is not what you do when you go home to live with your parents. That is one reason why you always need your own place because if you feel like wherever you live, they're going to have to do what you want them to do, you need to hurry up and get your own place. That's just it. You come and go when you want to. You can not cook. You can cook. You can buy groceries. You don't have to buy groceries. You can do whatever you want to do because this is your home. But when you're living in someone else's home, you have to be mindful of that. For a home, I know we started with living with your parents, but you got to get out your mom and them house. So you got to start looking for a house or a place. I've never used SoFi, but I've heard their commercials and they sound like they're pretty up and up. So this is not a recommendation by any means, but it says that you can simplify the home buying experience by going through SoFi's Real Estate Center. It says it's a game changer that you can save precious time. It's all there, one easy to use platform, so you can go from home buying to home owner during this challenging home buying season. Through our partnership with Home Story, you're provided with the personalized experience pre-screened for a local agent in your zip code. Your local agent will directly work with you through SoFi Mortgage Loan Officer. And starting on 5/15 of this year, SoFi's on-time close guarantee, you could get up to $2,000 credit. This is how committed they are to helping you. You can learn more by going to SoFi, which is SoFi.homestory, HOMESTORY.co/. For you guys that have AARP, they have a support and benefits through AARP real estate benefits from Realogy, REALOGY. You sign up for free. You register online by calling Realogy at 866-860-8232 to speak with a Realogy advocate who will explain your benefits and help you get started. Once you get, your agent and find a house and all of that stuff, and after you close, you'll get $300 to $7,200 in cash back. I don't know anybody that's used this, but it's worth a try. You're looking for a house, you're looking for something, then I suggest you, try to look at one of these options. If you're 55 and older, I think you can, or maybe it's 50. I think 50, you start getting stuff from AARP or things that you may benefit from. So that's just a little bit of moving home with your parents. We need, you need to go home and rethink life, honey. Sometimes it's okay. In this economy, people are quitting their jobs. They're quitting their jobs because there's too much stress. So, you may have to start looking for something and downsizing, or maybe you want to upsize, and they have plenty of houses out there that's upsized. Looking for an apartment, looking for a place at this time, they say it's really hard. I get information from Consumer Affairs, and it has a step-by-step process as well that you may be interested in. And so if you just go to consumeraffairs.com, and they have a navigation system where it shows you how to buy a house, the FHA loan lenders, financial advisors, mortgage lenders. just stuff that you're possibly going to need. Before applying for a mortgage, it is crucial to know which type of home loan you want, whether it's VA, whether it's a FHA, whether it's conventional, but you want to find the one that's right for you. The most common are government-backed and conventional home loans. The best one for you will depend on your income, credit score, and other factors. Once you narrow it down, compare interest rates, lender fees, and online features. What type of loan do you qualify for? How's your credit score? Is it good, bad, or there's some things that you can work on to get your credit score up before you start the actual applications to apply for a loan. I want to let this start being a segment here in the show where we're going to find out how to buy a house these days, because there's lots of red tape, there's lots of hoops you got to jump through, and loops and hopscotches to play. You have to be ready for it mentally, financially, because when we got into our home, started with the house process, my credit was not good. So, and I'm not ashamed to say it because it is good now. But anyway, my credit sucked. I had been through some stuff, And so by the time it was time for them to start with you know, our applications and all of that stuff, our credit score was looking pretty good. And both of our names are on the house. And that was important to me because, I mean, you know, we're married, yes, and we're in a state where everybody gets whatever they get. I don't care. I want my house to have my name on it. So that was very, 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 very important to me, because I wouldn't have wanted his name not to be on there. It would have been important to him too, because we're both homeowners. We both co-own this house. How you want to handle that part of it, because you ain't even got to that part yet, but you need to get your credit straightened out. Credit is going to be your number one factor. We finally came in, got our walkthrough done. We've been here now 20 plus years. It wasn't an easy journey, but I think it was easier than they're having to go through now. So I want to help you figure out what you need to do to get into a home after you get your money stacked. While you staying at your mama and them's, get your money stacked. And then we're going to get into how you can get into your own home. All right, y'all. It's been a pleasure seeing you today. Our next segment will be still talking about homes and the different types of loans, going into the fact where you know the differences between those loans. We're going to be at your mama house soon, by next year, okay? If you follow these instructions. Now, they not foolproof, but they ain't gonna hurt you. They gonna help. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me today. Again, please subscribe, like, share, like, subscribe, like, and share. Whatever pattern you want to do it in, you have to. Be blessed and be a blessing. Bye.